If you did everything on that list, you would die. That wasn't a challenge
accepted.
Here are 10 food challenges only professional eaters should attempt. While a pie eating contest might seem like a good way to fill you up, this is just the tip of the gastronomical iceberg.
You know nothing, wise men.
Bowling ball-sized meatball.
A chocolate bowling ball and a fresh pork sandwich.
In St. Louis's historic Italian neighborhood, you can find Mama's on the Hill, a famous restaurant that serves some of the best fresh Italian cuisine. In recent years, the well-known family eatery has received quite a lot of publicity for its meatball challenge. However, don't be fooled. This isn't just any big meatball. It's a bowling ball-sized meatball made for your dining pleasure. A bowl of pasta can already be filling enough as it is, and with this meal, you get a very generous helping of classic Italian spaghetti, but keep in mind, this is just the beginning.
Your plan. I want to know what's next. Scare me.
This giant meatball resting on top of a bowl of pasta has to be seen to be believed. Mama's on the Hill gives its hungry customers an hour to finish this ridiculously large meal, but the average person probably wouldn't be able to finish it at all. However, if a customer is somehow able to power through this giant meal, they will be rewarded with a souvenir t-shirt to remember the occasion. There's nothing like flexing your successes for the world to see.
We know. Stop true crime bragging.
80-ounce Stromboli.
Hey, get away from my Stromboli, Kathleen Turner.
Nah.
It seems like a little Stromboli would go a long way, but somehow someone decided it was a good idea to create an 80-ounce Stromboli anyway. For the uninitiated who may be interested in this food challenge, Stromboli is an Italian savory pastry similar to the more well-known calzone. You start with fresh-baked pizza dough, then fill it with a combination of meats and cheeses, including mozzarella, capicola, salami, pepperoni, and various vegetables such as eggplant. Of course, this is all topped with a zesty tomato sauce.
Oh, so you came over with a box of tomato sauce.
Trimbo's Pizza in Montana brings an East Coast sensibility to pizza and other Italian dishes like its giant Stromboli. As for the challenge, well, let's just say it shouldn't be attempted unless you're a professional. Adam Richman of Man vs. Food fame took a crack at this huge 5-pound Stromboli, and even he had trouble. That was for the benefit of the television cameras, and the average person would be risking some serious indigestion problems if they were to take on this impossible challenge.
I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger.
15 Dozen Club Challenge.
15.
The city of New Orleans is known for partying round the clock and for its quality seafood. The Acme Oyster House is located in the French Quarter of the city and offers a food challenge called the 15 Dozen Club Challenge. This particular challenge involves eating 180 oysters, which is 5 pounds of slippery, slimy food. This is a tremendous number of oysters, even if they do go down relatively easy. So it's not surprising that most people who attempt this food challenge fail to accomplish the feat. This is especially true given the single hour they are given to complete the challenge. As impressive as eating 180 oysters would be, the record for this eating challenge actually stands at a mind-boggling 645 oysters.
Oyster pralines, oyster shots, oyster patties.
Those who are able to complete the challenge successfully receive a t-shirt and a bag, as well as having their victory immortalized on the Wall of Fame. Be aware that the restaurant requires an 18% tip for the staff that has to shuck the 5 pounds of oysters for you. Even if you really love oysters, this challenge seems like a pretty big lift and should probably only be attempted by professional eaters. But if you do accept the challenge, the restaurant advises you to call ahead to make sure they have enough oysters on hand.
I need to make a call.
Banana Split Sundae.
Who wants ice cream?
Ice cream.
Okay, yes, a lot of people like ice cream, but if you really, really love ice cream, then maybe you'll want to give this banana split sundae challenge a try, if you dare. Johnson's Real Ice Cream in Bexley, Ohio offers this challenge to anyone who thinks they're up to it. The only thing is, it'll cost you a cool $20 to attempt this challenge. The 3 bananas that serve as the sundae's base seem like they would be filling enough, but they are just the beginning of this frozen dairy delight. 8 scoops of ice cream of your choice are piled on top of the trio of bananas, and then it's all topped off with generous amounts of almonds, whipped cream, and, of course, cherries.
So much sweetness. I think I'm gonna be sick.
In case this wasn't crazy enough, you have to choose from an additional 8 ice cream toppings just to balance everything out, I guess. All these rich toppings would probably be enough to discourage most people from giving this challenge a go, but if you do ever decide to try it, you have to beat the current record time to earn a free meal, and more importantly, get your name on the Wall of Fame.
You always said it wasn't about being famous.
5 pounds of hot dogs.
You eat too many hot dogs. Please, I am concerned.
Hot dogs have long been a staple of the professional food challenge circuit, and if you've ever seen the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest that takes place at Coney Island in New York, then you know just how crazy people can get with hot dogs. Compared to some of the food challenges only professional eaters should attempt, eating 5 pounds of hot dogs doesn't seem that extreme. Perhaps the folks at Knucklehead Hot Dog Diner in Roseville, California were thinking this as well, because they really raised the bar for hot dog challenges. According to reports online, very few people have actually been able to complete this challenge successfully.
That's not as easy as it looks.
Unfortunately, this eating challenge entails much more than just plain hot dogs, as is the case with most hot dog eating contests. Along with the 5 10-inch hot dogs you have to eat, challengers are expected to consume enough toppings and sides to choke a horse. There is the 3 pounds of chili topping, as well as cheese, onions, tomatoes, and pickles. As if all of this wasn't enough to fill you up, there's also the hot dog buns and a 1-pound layer of French fries. Contestants only have 20 minutes to finish this challenge, but if they are successful, the monstrous meal is free of charge. Well, that makes it worth it then.
It was worth it.
25-inch pancake.
Yes, pancakes again.
A restaurant called Batter Up Pancakes in Fresno, California gave new meaning to brunch with this very tasty yet crazy challenge. This particular challenge is built around a massive 25-inch pancake that could clearly feed a hungry army. But the Grand Slam challenge isn't just about a giant pancake. That would be way too basic. Challengers will also have to consume 10 scrambled eggs, 1 pound of cheese, 2 cups of potatoes, and 4 pancake toppings of your choice. Perhaps generous helpings of maple syrup would help the sweet pancakes go down a little easier, but it's still a lot of additional sugar on top of everything else.
Bob, am I doing this wrong?
That's so much sugar, so yes.
Certainly, other toppings like blueberries, chocolate chips, and whipped cream would only make this eating challenge that much more filling and delicious. The Grand Slam obviously includes a lot of fat and carbohydrates, and it seems like it would be pretty difficult to accomplish the challenge in the 45-minute time limit. However, if someone beats the odds and is successful, they will earn a coffee mug and a t-shirt for their gastrointestinal trouble.
Wow, what a thoughtful gift.
11-pound pizza.
I mean, you can't. This is pizza margherita in Napoli. It is your moral imperative to eat and enjoy that pizza.
Even if you love pizza, you might just about reach your limit with an 11-pound pizza challenge. You can test your pizza mettle by calling Big Pie in the Sky Pizzeria and schedule a time to take on the Carnivore Challenge. An 11-pound pizza looks about as big as you would expect it to look, and of course, it's made with huge amounts of dough, cheese, and sauce. The rules of the Carnivore Challenge don't seem to specify how many or if any toppings are offered or required on this giant pizza. A cheese pizza would be a little easier to eat, but some pepperoni would make it taste better.
You can eat pizza anytime!
Unlike most food challenges that only professional eaters should attempt, this one lets 2 people instead of the usual 1 eater take on the challenge. The pair must finish the pizza pie within an hour, and neither is allowed to throw up any of it. If you do, you will be responsible for the cleanup. The carnivore challenge will cost you $50, but if you complete it, you will be paid $150. So you have the chance to more than make your money back. So if you think this eating challenge is for you, then give Big Pie in the Sky Pizzeria a call and go for it.
I'm calling him right now.
72-ounce steak.
Wait a minute, is this the biggest steak you've got? 72 ounces?
It's hard to beat a good piece of steak that is cooked just the way you like it. Add in the trimmings like a baked potato and some vegetables, and you have a very satisfying meal many people enjoy. But maybe satisfying isn't the right word for a 72-ounce steak. The Big Texan in Amarillo, Texas offers the 72-ounce steak challenge for your dining pleasure. You can show up and ask for the challenge anytime you're ready, but make sure to bring your Texan-sized appetite because this is one of those challenges only professional eaters should attempt.
Don't try this at home.
You'll have 1 hour to eat a shrimp cocktail, baked potato, salad, roll, and let's not forget the 5 pounds of juicy steak. You will have to pay beforehand, but if you are successful, you will be reimbursed the full $72 cost of the meal. However, if you don't finish the meal, you are free to take the leftovers home with you, and there's even a bucket provided during the challenge in case you need it. To make the steak go down a little easier, the Big Texan offers its own seasoning, which is a proprietary blend of spices. But seasoning or not, the 72-ounce steak challenge will inevitably be difficult to complete.
This one's for professionals only.
A 105-pound burger.
You can't serve him that huge burger. He might not survive it.
The Clinton Station Diner, located in Clinton, has only been operating in New Jersey since 2004, but it has already made a name for itself with its selection of bigger-than-life hamburgers. The biggest hamburger the diner offers weighs in at an unbelievable 105 pounds and is known as the 8th wonder of the world. With a name like that, you can understand why it's one of the food challenges only professional eaters should attempt. The size of this giant burger defies description, and photographs don't really do it justice.
No, don't. I look like a criminal in photos.
This burger and the other huge burgers can be ordered as an ordinary meal instead of as an eating challenge, but it's anyone's guess why you would do this. If you do decide you want to take on the 105-pound 8th wonder of the world, you won't be alone because you can enlist 9 other big eaters to help accomplish this formidable eating challenge. You and your group of friends will have to finish this monstrous burger in an hour. After eating this beast, you may not be able to look at a hamburger the same way again. But if you're up for a challenge, the 8th wonder of the world is waiting for you at the Clinton Diner.
I'll be waiting for you.
Zellagabetsky Challenge.
What, you felt you needed another challenge or something?
Kenny and Ziggy's New York Delicatessen in Houston offers an 8-decker sandwich that uses specially cut rye bread to hold the ridiculous amount of meats it contains. The monster sandwich is a meat lover's fantasy come true and includes piles of corned beef, pastrami, turkey, roast beef, salami, tongue, and Swiss cheese. As if all of this wasn't enough to demoralize anyone from taking on the challenge, the sandwich is also topped with generous amounts of coleslaw, Russian dressing, and red sweet pepper. Despite the enormous size of this 8-decker sandwich, the Zellagabetsky Challenge only allows 1 person at a time to attempt this feat.
We all have our limitations.
Some challenges offer prizes and other accolades to successful challengers, so what do they offer at Kenny and Ziggy's? More food. If you survive this ordeal, you will be rewarded with a big piece of of cheesecake. Cheesecake as the reward for finishing this sandwich should convince you why this is one of the food challenges only professional eaters should attempt. However, if you insist on giving this eating challenge a try, it will cost you $65, and you won't get it back even if you beat the challenge.
What kind of deal is that?
Stay for seconds and tap or click another great video. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to join our notification squad.